What's up, Kirk? What's up, Anderson Biz Sup? I think I've seen some of you guys already today. What's up, guys? Hey, I had a little bit of free time, and Chris is actually recording right now the 8K Formula Session 2. Go to bed, man. No time to go to bed right now. I'm still in the office, man. So I'm still here. Chris is still he's actually finishing up. He's recording right now, and I thought, you know what? This is the time. This is the time to do another Periscope. I got a free minute, and I don't want to bother him typing on my computer and doing all that stuff. So came out here to the kitchen and figured that work hard, play hard. Exactly, babe. That's our mantra. We work hard and we play hard, because that way one day we can. I'm so lazy. I work so hard because I'm so lazy. I want to, get rich or die trying, man. That's my thing. I'm all about that. I always think about that every single day. Do I have to tap parts too? Man, Kirk, you can. You can share the love for sure. So pumped, tired of trading hours for dollars. Yeah, you need to trade dollars for hours. You need to get to that point. But we're all in the struggle together. We're all in the game together. And again, I'm just here to lift your spirits up, lift us up together, and then that way we can all party together one day on a fat vacation. But until then, we got to just continue to plug away. Today was an extremely, extremely productive day. Saw Chris work pretty damn hard today, guys, and he's doing it that way he can crush out a lot of content and pass the knowledge to the next guy, to the next woman, or the next person. So today, though, on this last Periscope, thanks for sharing, Kirk. On this last one, I want to talk about competition. And before I get started, too, what do you guys think about these kids today that play sports and they all win? Like, there's no losers. There's like, everybody's a winner. Yay. What do you guys think about that? Thanks, babe, for sharing. I'd like to hear some of your guys' perspective on that, because things have definitely changed. So what's your position there besides your own biz? Well, I'm not really going to talk about my own business right here. I just want to know what you guys think about everybody being a winner. Like, why can't there be a loser? I mean, why do we need to teach our kids that there's a winner, there's no losers? Because that's part of being, to me, competition is good, okay? And also, we need to know where we're at, where we stand, because then we have nothing to measure ourselves on. Like, if you think of, we had to earn our position. Exactly, Kirk. You're old school. I'm not as old school, but I definitely come from an old school family. Always there to win. Always there is a winner and a loser. Exactly. So that's what I'm kind of talking about here. Like, there's all these people, these like pansies out here, and I'm using the word loosely, but the thing is it's a sham. Yeah, totally, man. I think everybody's on the same page, besides somewhere some politician said, let's just make everybody a winner, and then we all had to follow suit, and it's bullshit. It's straight up bullshit. Like, really, like, come on, man. There's a winner and loser. Like, what are you setting up your kids for? If you're teaching your kids that, as soon as your kids get old enough and they think that everybody's a winner, and then they get punched in the face and they lose, I mean, where are they gonna go? They're gonna go backwards in life, and I don't think that's constructive. And I think that for us as leaders, for future leaders, is that we need to teach that life is a game. Okay, life is a game. I've always thought this, is that life is a game, and the only scorecard is your bank account. The only scorecard is your bank account. Now, if you think about that, if you flip everything around and you think, what if life really was a game? I hopped on my Nintendo, I hopped on my Sega Genesis, I'm old school, or I hopped on my PlayStation, or I hopped on my Xbox, or whatever else is out there, online or whatever, and I thought that I was playing a real game where the only scorecard was what was in my bank account. If that was it, if you could play life like a game, how would you finish? Okay? Would you be a loser or a winner? Now, there always is, seriously, bank account, are you joking? I am totally not joking here. I'm actually very serious, because income and sure, okay, don't get me wrong, success is not about money completely. But the only thing we can measure success with is a couple of things. We can measure success with monetary reasons, and we can measure success with our family and our surroundings. So obviously, I'm not discluding family. You could be rich, and that doesn't matter, and have no family and no one to share it with. I don't think that's the definition of success. Not at all. But if you were to say, okay, I'm just saying, hypothetically, if you were to say you were playing a video game, and your game was to the measurement of your bank account, that would change your mindset completely. Someone has said you learn more from losing than you do from winning. Yes, totally. I mean, there's a lesson in winning and losing, for sure. Absolutely. When you're playing the game of life and you start looking at this as a game, that's the difference. Now, to kind of go back on the subject about winners and losers and all that stuff, and what Aaron just said, it really kind of made me think about some things, is that if nobody wins, I'm careless of watching the Olympic Games, laugh out loud. But things like health, family, contentment, yeah. I mean, I said your surroundings, so yeah, I'm just using this as a hypothetical thing too, remember. Yeah, and what Kirk said there too, by the way, billionaires are playing the game of their bank account. I'm not super loaded or anything. I'm just telling you that if you were to change your mindset, that you were playing a video game and your life was in a game, and to win the game was based off of value in your account. Now, thinking about that, thinking about health, wealth, relationships, and stuff like that, don't you think the biggest solution here would be is if you had more money, you would probably be a healthier person, because you could afford to eat healthier food. You could afford to hire a chef. You would be able to afford someone that's a nutritionist and would be able to test your body type and tell you what the best foods that you can actually digest and put into your body. What are the best vitamins you can take, minerals that you can take, stuff like that. A lot of people don't have access to that because they're not playing life like a game. Yeah, you could smile more, you could have more fun with your friends, your family, I mean, everything. Guys, what I'm really getting to here is that, okay, money necessarily isn't everything, but money is the solution to everything. Rich people are unhealthy and get sick also. You know, rich people have more of a chance of handling health issues than poor people do, unfortunately. Guys, some of the sickest people and are for some of the poorest people, because what are they eating? They're eating McDonald's every day. They're being brainwashed every day about food and about what health is about, and a lot of our food systems have been collapsing over the years. If you really look into it and you dive deep into it, and it's all because of uber rich, unfortunately uber rich. But what the thing is you got to educate yourself, and obviously if you start growing and being a farmer in your backyard, you could grow some of the healthiest, best organic food you possibly can. But I think you guys are getting off point here. Obviously this is a touchy subject for a lot of people, but I figured that it would be a good one to talk about. Yeah, I think you're missing this one, man. So Rick, you're missing this one a little bit. What I'm talking about is if you were to change your mindset and start playing life like a game and using money as a scorecard. Not necessarily like it's everything, man. I'm not saying that it's everything. What I'm saying is that just change your mindset that money will help you fix a lot of things that you don't have. Don't go too deep into your never eating again. Yeah, totally. I mean, obviously you can go pretty deep into that. Money is not everything, but what money can provide you is important. Exactly, babe. That's something we always talk about, is that it's not money, it's what money provides for you. That's why I'm saying it's the solution, guys, and that's why I'm saying use it as a scorecard. You know, it could be like you know, people that say money's not everything, but I think that's bullshit. Because money is the solution that helps you. It's not money, it's what money provides you, what it gets you. And if you start thinking like money is a good thing instead of starting to try to say some negative stuff like money's a bad thing and all that stuff, that's bullshit. Guys, money is the solution. You got to embrace it, and you got to figure out ways to bring in multiple streams of income. That's why me and my wife, we like to focus on having more than 5 multiple streams of income into our business, because that way we can live a healthy life. And you know what's so crazy is her and I, we talk a lot, and we think about how fortunate we are and how blessed we are to have each other. Heck, once you have enough, give a bunch away. Exactly. You can give it away. You can do whatever you want once you have it. As long as you have people to share it with, I think that's part of the success thing. Like me and her always talk, like we always talk about how we have everything in the world, but sometimes money is the one thing that's holding us back from taking it to the next step. And of course, sure, we believe we constantly are stacking everything we bring in right back into our business because we're trying to grow something. Eventually, we will be able to sit back and let the money continue to quadruple and compound. Compounding interest is like the sixth or seventh wonder of the world. And if you guys don't understand like amortization and compacting interest, you guys need to start educating yourself about how money works. Okay, if you want to play the game of life and you want to win in the game of life, you need to understand how money works. I'm not talking about watching the stock market. I'm talking about how money works, how you can use compounding interest, how you can flip investments, how you can learn something, teach other people, and make money from it, how you can bring in multiple streams of income. Okay, that's all I'm talking about. Those multiple streams of income is not the solution. It's what that money gets you. That money will help you have a healthier lifestyle. That money will help you buy a surrounding and a life, and not only health, but surrounding yourself with other wealthy people and other people that are educated. Okay, it's what drives me now. I want to seriously play it forward, more rewarding than the money. Exactly, man. I know you're a giver, Kirk, so that's a big part is giving too. Just like someone else said earlier, is that the money you make, it's not like, some people always, I don't know why, they think that money's evil or something like that. It's not. Your relationship to money has to change, because then you can actually give, you can get. The more you give, the more you get out of life. And a lot of people don't understand that. But in order for you to give, you need to take your piece. So yeah, Kirk does scope, and definitely follow him. He'll probably be having one soon, and he's a major giver. He actually just donated money to Chris Records Fund for GoFundMe for some of the homeless people out here in Sacramento, and also he's done a challenge for $500, so he's the man. Major thing. And also I can tell he's really motivated. So I'm just trying to help you guys change your mindset though a little bit here, that winning is good, losing is good. Losing, there's lots of lessons to be learned from there, and then also winning is what is your scorecard. Okay, if you're trying to like look, there's things you can measure. Okay, you can measure happiness and you can measure money, but measure money. Okay, because money isn't going to make you happy, but it's going to help you get the things that do make you happy. If you have a passion in something. Well, you know, one thing that I teach a lot of my students is that I teach them something about having things that you're passionate in, which could be income producing, and then also what is actually income producing or revenue. I call it revenue generating activities. So you may not be passionate in those particular revenue generating activities. Like for me, I did insurance for a long time. I'm passionate in helping people, but I'm not necessarily passionate in insurance because it's kind of a boring subject. However, that pays the bills, guys. That's my bread and butter in my life right now, is the insurance industry. Because I've spent, since 2004, I've been in it. In 2007, I jumped out and started my own business. And then because I started my own business and because I was one of the first insurance brokerages online, I was able to capitalize on it and recruit hundreds of agents. Currently, we have over 200 agents, but we've literally recruited over thousands of agents. I've trained over thousands of agents on how to be successful in insurance. And so I've been pretty successful in that way, but that's not necessarily been my passion, right? So you got to have two different avenues when you're looking at what other revenue generating services that you can provide out into the world. So you got to like make an inventory of the things that you can give out that you think that you can monetize, and some of those things could be passionate projects, and some of them are non-passionate projects, but they also help you get you the money that you need to take it forward. All right. So I hope you guys understand this. You're not taking me the wrong way. I know I got a couple of people that took it a little bit the wrong way, and that's fine. My message isn't for everybody, but I will tell you that you need to change your relationship with money. Because if you constantly think that money is bad, then you're never going to make any, because you're going to keep thinking like a poor person. I got to do what I know until I can do what I want. Totally, man. Totally. I mean, I don't know, 3.5 years ago, I took the internet marketing approach. I was a complete newbie at the time. I knew a lot about offline marketing, but didn't know a lot about online marketing. I got very lucky that I started a website online for an insurance brokerage and became one of the first ones, and was able to identify something that was happening at that time, you know, in life, and was able to kind of ride that in. But of course, things changed. Google came out and changed the game. A lot of things changed. So luckily, I got in there. But think about it. 3 years ago, I was asking myself the same thing. I was saying, what could I do right now that's revenue generating that I can create and build a residual income, a passive and residual income out off of. And that's when I knew right away that that was the thing that I could do. So first thing I did is I created finalexpenseprogram.com, which is it's a free to join training platform for insurance agents that teach them how to be successful in insurance. And then after they go through my free levels, which I give away tons. Me and my wife did it together. Actually, we give away tons and tons of value that will actually help people double and even triple their income that happen to already be in the insurance industry, but they're just lost. Because there's like over 1 million people that have their insurance license and they don't know what to do with it. They're not sure what they're doing with it. So what I was able to do is I was able to make a platform for them. And then once they get to the end of that, they have a choice to buy in and pay a monthly service fee to be part of the group. And because of that, you know, it's not a lot of money, but it brings in, I don't know, $6,000, $7,000 a year. You know, that's just one income stream that comes in consistently because people pay monthly to be a part of it, and because it's actually increased their income and it's super valuable for them. So that was like the first thing that I did online. I didn't get affiliates or nothing. Did you do your first site with font page? Kidding, you aren't old enough. Actually, you know what's funny? You talk about that. The first internet marketing actually that I ever did was in 1999. So I'm definitely old enough. I'm probably older than you think I am. I'm definitely older than the internet. I was just, you know, one of the kids that was able to see it at the beginning. So in 1999, I got involved with a company called Skybiz. Yeah, of course, I know Microsoft 98, Windows 98. But before, right after that, there was a MLM that came out that was called Skybiz 2000. Okay, what Skybiz 2000? And I'm not a big MLM guy, but I was sucked into this one. Okay, so I got into it because I saw that it was a possible opportunity, and I could actually build websites for companies. And the way that this thing worked was there was basically three different businesses that you could buy, and if you bought 3, you would maximize your commissions. Basically, it'd give you 3 business centers. And so I would go to local businesses, or I'd go somewhere and say, hey, I could build you a website. It had a website builder on it, and it included hosting. And then I could charge them a fee, or I could just charge them into the business opportunity and then build out like these legs. And it had this like cross-matrix payment system. Anyways, long story short, did extremely well with it within the first 2 or 3 months, got all my friends involved, went to the local college, started pitching the college, went to all the fraternities, and didn't go to sororities, but went to all the fraternities, started pitching fraternities, getting them signed up. And then guess what? Yeah, Amway. Guess what? Company got investigated by the FBI and got shut down. I made like $3,000, and then half of my friends hated me because the company got shut down. So it's not my fault that they didn't push it during that time, but at the same time, that gave me a bad taste about MLM. So whatever. But nothing against MLM. There's tons of opportunity there still. And also some MLMs have some really great products, I believe. And they have great training and leadership training and stuff like that. So for someone new that wants to get training, that's a great place to start. But that's where I first actually got involved with internet marketing. Kind of left after that, did like construction, worked for UPS for 7 years, worked for a nightclub, got into sales. Well, I was working 2 jobs the whole time, got into sales very, very young, started pounding on doors, was actually in a call center for a while with a company called Intertel, and I actually found a $50 million deal. I actually found it and then turned it over directly to a outside salesperson, and they closed a $50 million deal. Won't go into too much detail about that, but then after that, I got into the insurance industry. I was going to either get into real estate or insurance. Decided to go into the insurance industry because it was proven to be a recession-proof business. And so I got into that because I wasn't sure about real estate. Probably should have gotten into real estate. A lot of my friends became millionaires in the real estate industry while I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars. But I was consistently making that every single year. There was no spikes or anything like that. And then I became a regional manager with the company I was with. The next level would have been a partner. And at that point, the company made some changes, and I decided it was time for me to make some changes and take control of my life, but had probably the hardest time of my life after that. Me and my wife, Ikumi, moved down to San Diego for a short minute, and it was hard, man. It was hard. We struggled super, super hard there. We lived in an 800 square foot home for the first half that we lived there, and super, super struggled, man. We had to reinvent ourselves. I'm now following you because I saw you on Chris's scope. Cool, man. Thanks for following. So yeah, that's the biggest thing is I overcame a couple of struggles in life. That was one of the biggest ones where we were just like dire straits, and we had to survive at that time. There she is. Are you talking about my wife or someone else? Anyway, so just kind of to go a little bit further in that is after that point, I started following internet marketers that were uber successful. Met a very, very successful internet marketer 3.5 years ago, and that's where I had the epiphany to go ahead. I wanted to be in internet marketing. I'm actually very, very passionate about this industry, and so at that point, I asked him what should I do, and he actually said, "Hey, what do you know how to do?" And I told him, and he goes, "Build that first. That'll give you great experience on how to do it." So I built it, didn't do any affiliates. I had my own list. I had agents already, tons of agents that were asking me. I already had sales systems that I'd already put together and was giving my agents. So instead of just giving it away, I made people buy it because it put more value on the information, and then it also made them more successful once there was a value added to it. It held them accountable because they had skin in the game. And so what I did is I went ahead and I built this whole platform out. And then we just started selling it to our own list. And the first year, it was actually widely successful. The first year, the year that we launched it, actually, my kid was still, my wife was pregnant, and then she had our kid, and our kid had some complications. But it was interesting that our kid was actually born on the day that it popped, that we actually opened up. So we had, and it was crazy. Our website crashed a bunch. I had tons of support tickets, and then I had a baby with complications. So it was just weird how life sometimes drops bombs all at once. But then that year was like a course of some major movements started happening. We started planning as a family together, and we decided we were going to move up to Lake Tahoe, take over a restaurant, get into a really nice, beautiful home, and just made some monsterish moves. And then Marketing Mayhem came up for JV Zoo, and I went down to that. I went to a couple of other conventions before then, but I went to Marketing Mayhem, and things started changing. I started actually making connections and started making relationships with key people in the industry. And that's something that is very key, is that you start finding yourself, get yourself to some of these conventions, because you can meet other people in the industry, and you'll resonate with people that are like-minded. Because what I've noticed at a lot of these meetings is that everybody's a little bit different. Everybody's very unique. There's some people that are, really into themselves, and then there's some people that are just open to everybody. They want to learn from each other. San Diego. Yeah, and actually the next one I believe is going to be in March. I don't know the date yet, but I believe it's going to be in March, and it'll be in Tampa. And you bet I'll definitely be joining them down there, because after I went to that one, I realized I don't want to miss another one. It's just the relationships that you're going to build at some of these conventions are huge. And in January, the 3C convention's coming up, where my friend KarlSchuckert puts together. Highly recommend going to that one. In fact, almost everybody from the JV Zoo crowd goes to that. It's not very pricey at all. 3C is very inexpensive. It's like $200 plus your hotel and flight. So for the relationships that you could possibly build there, the price is not a deal. See, there you go. When you start thinking about money, that's when you start looking at things like, oh, it's going to cost me too much. Don't think about that. Think about how you can and what you're going to gain from it. Honestly, I mean, I used to live like that a lot, where I was like, oh, I can't do that because of the price. In fact, family members of mine in my life always give me the excuse why they can't do something. To me, that's the reason why they can. Okay? Whenever in sales, whenever anybody would give me an objection, the objection was always the reason why they can do it. It's a reverse thought process. But if you start changing your process, when you start saying I can't, you need to start thinking about how can I, or how can I raise enough money to go. Like, there's so many ways. The money is infinite, okay? There's so many ways you can make the money to make sure you make it. You can even overextend yourself and make it. It's about, think long term. Because if you keep holding yourself back because of money, then it's going to take that much longer for you to capitalize on money, okay? So again, that's just what I'm thinking. This one is about competition, looking at everything as a competition. That competition is good, and that you need to lose a bunch of times for you in order for you to figure out how to win. I still have to lose a lot. I still have to figure out where I'm being blessed. Instead of looking at things of like, damn, I lost. It's probably a blessing in disguise. Hey babe, Akumi, you're on live. Remember, there's been so many times where we've been let down, and you could probably attest to this, but it was like the next day or the day after that, something happened, right? Must look at it like an investment. It's not just another purchase. Yeah, and I'm not a CPA. You need to dominate. That's even better. I'm not a CPA, but most likely you can write it off if it's a business expense. If you're there to talk about business, which you are, check with your CPA. I'm sure you could probably write it off. But again, I can't give you that type of advice. Do you guys have any questions for me? I mean, what do you guys think? What's up? What's up, man? How you doing? Vivek Ganjor. Hopefully I didn't murder that too bad. I murder everybody's names. Don't worry, you probably murdered my last name. So what's up, guys? You guys have any questions? You have anything else for me? I'm sure Chris isn't going to be too much longer. I've given him quite some time, but as you know, he likes to over-deliver. That's another thing. A lot of people talk about under-promising and over-delivering. Over-promise and over-deliver. Vivek. Cool. Well, my developer is Vikesh, and he lives in India as well. I've been investing in another biz myself for 3 years, still researching affiliate marketing. What kind of business are you in that you've been doing for the last 3 years? Just out of curiosity. And thank you for the hearts, everybody. Make a rainbow. Make a rainbow on the side. What kind of business are you in? That's good advice. Yeah, watch the replay too if you're just jumping on. It got a little controversial, but again, the message is strong if you really listen to the message. Web design, graphics business, oh, that's super awesome. You can make a lot of money in that industry. It's all about knocking on doors. Dude, its transparency is awesome. Great topic. Thanks, Aaron. Always glad to have you on my scope. Yeah, SEO, website development. I talked a lot about that today, actually. I did a webinar today about local marketing, and I actually developed a piece of software called Now Driven. It's a CRM, an app for salespeople. It's a sales-centric CRM. Yeah, there is a ceiling. I don't think there's a ceiling. There's a ceiling if you say there's a ceiling. Okay, there's not a ceiling. That's the opposite of abundant thinking. So, yeah, you gotta want it. You gotta want it bad enough. That's the problem. Maybe you don't want it bad enough, so you see a ceiling, and you're giving yourself an excuse on why you can't. That's the same thing. Train yourself that if that's the objection, that's the reason why you should do it. That's the reason why you should do it. Okay? Whatever your objection is, whatever is stopping you from taking the next step forward, that's the reason why you should do it. Web design equals 24 hours per day. Only if you're doing all the work. Okay? If you want to go ahead and outsource somebody, like use Upwork or something like that, and sub all the work out to someone that'll do it for 10, 15 bucks an hour, it's not 24 hours a day. What you really should be focusing on is making sales. You could ask for a clarification. Yeah, what you should be doing is actually focusing on sales and let all the technical stuff being handled by another company. Do you find EFT effective for changing your state? What do you mean EFT? Like electronic funds traded? I'm not sure what you mean. If you can be more specific or clear on that question, I'll definitely answer it for you. Electronic traded funds, I don't know what you mean by changing states. You're probably out of the country, so I'm not sure what you mean. You need to beat that point to death. Yeah, I think I did, but I can definitely continue to beat it up. Emotional freedom technologies. Whoa, that's a challenging one right there. NP, very important, no doubt. Want to outsource? Yes. Sales product. NLP. There you go. Neuro-linguistic programming. I'm going to be doing more scopes on neuro-linguistic programming. You guys don't know, if you don't know who I am, I've got a background in sales. I've been in sales my whole life, and I've taken it to a very professional level 15 years ago. Which point? I think what he's talking about, techniques, not technology. Yeah, so I think what he's talking about is outsourcing. Beat that up. Because you just said to me that 24 hours, that SEO and web development is 24 hours, and I said only if you're the one doing the work. Okay? The only thing that you should be focusing on is making new sales. And as soon as you start saying that it's saturated and you start giving yourself excuses or ceiling, that's the reason why you need to go push yourself beyond that, because it's not true. There's so many people out there thinking like that right now, and that's what's holding them back. That's just giving you an advantage to the competition. So we're talking about being in competition. I hear Grant Cardone always talk about average. Everybody's always average. Average doesn't win. I'd rather not manage people. You'd rather not manage people. Okay. People are the one. Okay, if you want to manage people, manage salespeople. If you're worried about managing people, as far as outsourcing goes, why would you do that? You need to find a manager that'll manage people for you. Income producing activities, not enough. Yeah, income producing activities. That's what all you have to do. Income producing activities are revenue generating activities. Those are the things that are sales related. Yeah. Okay, so I'll give you another story. I do leadership development, consulting. What's the best way to get more sales? The best way to get more sales is to give away free content. Give away free content. Drive traffic to your free content, and then get them to know, like, and trust you, and then sell them on the next level. That's how you do it. It's a very simple process. Everybody tries to beat that up, and it's just a simple thing. Yeah, create traffic, capture leads, and convert sales. That's what the 3 C's stands for. Yeah, it's simple stuff. You're going to learn all about that. I think you bought 8K per day, so that will help you out significantly, especially with finding the money, and then also basically finding the money from PayPal and Facebook to help fund some of these campaigns. That way, you can bring tons and tons of traffic. So yeah, capture good people. Sometimes that's a hard thing too, Kirk. Sometimes we undervalue ourselves, and when we undervalue ourselves, we get those type of people. That's an issue that a lot of people struggle with. I think where Chris was so successful with his business is that he really didn't undervalue. I think he's still undervaluing some of the stuff that he gives out all the time. Yeah, that's what 8K per day is going to teach you about funding and borrowing. That's the first 2 courses anyway. So I think that a lot of people undervaluate themselves, and so they come out with these $17 courses, or they come out with these $47 courses even, and they're undervaluating themselves, and they capture the wrong people. Yeah, I need to fund USA partner because PayPal loans in India, etc. Yeah, probably. I don't know about PayPal in India, to tell you the truth, but there's definitely always a way to hack the system. No matter what, there's always a way to hack the system, regardless if it's finding a partner or if it's getting a residency or something like that. I don't know, maybe my wife can help you with that, because she's not originally from America, but she does have her citizenship now. Is AK course yours or Chris's? It's Chris's, man. It's not mine. That's his course. He's just a friend and a mentor, and I definitely would highly, highly recommend it, because he actually showed me the course material before he even recorded it. Fish in the wrong pond, not good. Yeah, totally. You got to have bait. You have to have good bait, and you have to fish in the right pond. I think, who is it? Who says that? Someone says that. I can't think of it. What would be that would be awesome if she could help. Fishing with a net is good. Yeah, fishing with a net instead of fishing with a pole. That's something me and Akumi talk a lot about, is that you need to fish with a net and not a pole. Jesus. Jesus. Gosh, you guys are cracking me up. Hey, I really want to say thank you, though, for all the hearts. And if you're new to Periscope, all you have to do is swoop up, and press share. You can share to your friends. And then you can also just scroll up if you're on Android and do the same thing. On the side, you've got all the little hearts. You can share tons and tons of hearts. I really highly appreciate it. I do want to mention to you, though, that you can only give 500 hearts per session, but you can always X out and go back in, and you can give another 500. What time is it there? I'll tell you. It is exactly midnight, a little after midnight right now. So kind of late. Usually we're not here this late. The past couple of weeks we have been because I mentor under Chris 1 or 2 days a week, and basically I help him with whatever. Like I helped him crush out a bunch of stuff today. So it really just it just depends. Typically we're usually back chilling somewhere at this point, but because he was behind today and he wants to be on schedule, he has to do what it takes, man. He's doing whatever it takes to make sure that that content gets out to you guys and gets out to the people that purchased. So do you guys have any more? Yeah, you're gonna follow my wife. Maybe she can help you. I can't promise you that she can. Just the fact that she knows a little bit about getting a green card, and she knows a little bit about that, but she's not an attorney or anything like that, so I'm not sure if she can help. Insomniac entrepreneurs, right on. Yeah, you know, entrepreneur hours are all the time, baby. Why? My friend, I don't know if you guys watched it, but my friend Dave Robards, someone said, well, I can only work 40 hours a week. That's okay, no problem, understood. Yeah, he said, a girl got on our Periscope and says, well, what happens if I can only work 40 hours a week? Why? And he's like, well, who's telling you can only work 40 hours a week? Is anybody telling you can clock out and then go back to work? Is anybody telling you can't train for your job? You can't get up extra early and spend an hour or two training and being prepared for your job, so when you go to your job, you're on fire, you're on suit, or you're on whatever you're doing, and no one's telling you can't train after the job. And that's what the difference is, and that's why also too, you know, it's another thing to bring in about being competitive. If you start changing your life and you start looking at money as a scorecard and competition is good, then you should be thinking about how can I train myself to be better and better and better. That's why a lot of internet marketing products, not all of them are good, but I'll tell you that a lot of the good guys, the guys that are actually real legitimate people that care about teaching you, they actually have a ton of knowledge to drop and give to you, and as long as you duplicate it, you will make money. And I can't give you any type of guarantee, but I know that you will make money, because for my own, I can give you my own testament that I've made thousands and thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars online already. And my goal is to get to six figures and then scale out to 7. You know, my approach was a little bit different at this point. I decided to get into the software development industry before I got into so much the information. So I'm going to be dropping out some informational stuff here pretty soon as well. But like I was saying, if you give a lot of hearts, I appreciate it. But if you've given out another way to find out if you've given out over 500 is to scroll up or scroll over and scroll up and look at your name. And if you've given out over 500, X out and X back in. How do you identify what to prioritize? Because else I get analysis paralysis. I will touch on that. I work salary for 100 hours but paid for 40. Yeah, totally, man. It's your choice to be good at what you do and also be proud about what you do. Last question about analysis paralysis. Yeah, that's an issue, man. I actually did a Periscope on decision-making processes. I would highly recommend that you go there and find it. I believe I catch everything. So if you go to like katch.me/my first and last KarlSchuckert, you'll find a whole thing about decision-making processes. To me, if you can't make a decision fast enough, then your decision should most likely be no, unless it's something that's like life-threatening. But you shouldn't overthink things. The biggest ability we have is indecision. Yeah, watch it. That's one of the biggest problems. If you can't make a decision, then it's indecision. And indecision actually does not help you. If you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to be a leader and you want to be a CEO of your own company, you need to be able to make decisions quick. Gotta go. Have a good one. Hey, thanks Fisherman703. Thanks, bro, for hitting up my Periscope, maybe hitting some hearts along the way. It's not a decision. It's about the action steps. Too many things. Prioritize, man. Prioritize. What's most important? What's going to make you money quicker? How do you set up a catch for a scope? Go to catch.me and sign up for free. Sign up for free. There's a little video on there. It'll tell you exactly how to do it. And yeah, take massive action. Akumi says take massive action. Take massive action. Repurpose this stuff. Kirk, you need to know this, man. Kirk, I'm going to do a free Periscope training here really soon, and then me and Chris are working on something behind the scenes that's going to be huge, and I want you to be a part of it. Catch is putting heart counts and comments within the scopes now. Yeah, I think they've always done that. Catch will actually lose a lot of that. Some of the analytics on Catch I don't believe in. Thanks for all the hearts, man. You got to log out and log back in if you've done that many. No, maybe I didn't understand you. Integrated, cool. Yeah, Kirk, don't worry. We're going to be hanging out here pretty soon. I think what we're doing won't be out till then. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on how fast we can get it done. It's definitely something we're working on as soon as possible, so it's a pretty cool thing, but I will make sure, Kirk, that you're part of it. And yeah, it's an income-producing opportunity. It has a lot to do with Periscope, and since you're jumping on the Periscope bandwagon, keep doing your scopes, man, so that way you can be a part of it. New today. What's new today? I want to know. What's new today? What are you saying that's new today that I don't know about Periscope? Do you know the Periscope had a big meeting, a summit today, their first one ever. Pretty exciting stuff. We're going to be at the one in San Francisco. Catch thing? No, Catch has been around for a while. Yeah. Are you talking about periscope.tv/ your name or your handle? That's been out for longer than today. That's been out for a few days, 4 or 5 days. Okay, what are you talking about? What are you talking about then? What's new? I need to know your name too. I don't think Anderson Biz Sub is your name. So what is it? Tell me what's new today. Do you have an affiliate program? I do for Now Driven, the CRM that we have. We're actually coming out with another piece of software called Tracker with 2 R's, which actually helps people with outsourcing and keeping track of a task between you and whoever you're outsourcing to. That'll be out soon. And then also I've got some informational products that I've been working on. So we'll get those out to you. And they'll all have referral programs. Where do you get info? Hey, if you go to slapitnow.com. Anderson, can you please tell us what... Okay. I already said comments inside Catch screen, Kathy. Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't know that. I always seen the comments on the right-hand side of a Catch. I didn't know they were inside. That's cool if they upgraded that. That's something that Catch did, not Periscope. So that's a totally different thing. Yeah, so slapitnow.com. Akumi, if you want to stick that up so people can see it. I picked, it sounds pretty weird, but per Rice Girl. Not sure what you mean. But I'm pretty sure that I use slapitnow.com because it's simple. My name is hard for people to remember. Slapitnow.com is very easy to remember. So yeah, slapitnow.com. The actual button on there is Slap It Now. And if you take me up on there, I'll actually give you a free ebook where I will teach you 20 of the top productivity tips that I use. And actually for some of those decision processes that you talked about, I think that's the first chapter. I go over about how to prioritize yourself on some of those decisions, like which ones will make money. Carl, when was the scope last night? Everyone, I missed it. Sorry, man. If you can repost that. Deals are so good. Yeah, not deals. Originally, that's what we were going to use it for, but it's productivity so good, make you want to slap it now, right? Because I'm giving you productivity tips, top 20 productivity tips. I'm a big productivity type person. I'm really big about automating systems. I'm really big about using technology because technology can do things a lot faster for you on certain processes that you need to do. What? Oh my gosh, someone's done. Chris is done. What's up, Chris?
What's up, man? I am, well, I was done a while ago.
Oh, really? You're just chilling?
No, I had to wait for everything to load and render and all. And then I was answering emails and stuff like that. Look at these tired eyes, you guys, tired eyes. What's up? Who you got on here?
A few people, a
few
few cats.
Is that me? I couldn't.
Yeah.
Your phone's so tiny. Look, I opted for the small phone.
I'm getting the new one.
I got the small one, and your phone is like half the size.
I get the new one on Friday. You're a miracle,
man.
Chris. You're a machine, Chris.
The Module 2 in the 8K per day formula went through for those that are watching right now that own that product. You know, we just, Kirk, I read your family story, man. Read that whole thing. Been checking up on you, dude. Akumi, what's up? You're awesome.
These are all like
thanks
your
for letting
followers.
Thanks for letting Carl be here. No, man, they're your followers.
These are all your friends, man.
No, these aren't even followers. These are family.
These are friends and family.
These are family. You know what I'm saying? About to get some tea.
So
if you need, I'll hang with you. I mean,
all right, we can keep it going. I can keep it going. I've been on here for a little while.
The YouTube one rendered quickly, so I put that one up there. The Vimeo one's gonna take like another 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm all done.
Cool. So we've got another 10-minute cousins. Kirk says cousins. Yeah, dude, we're family. We're part of the fam.
What's up, cuz?
What's up, cuz? Dude, Kirk, I like that bike, man. You got a sick bike. Are you gonna ride that bike up here? You're in NorCal, right? Are you gonna ride your bike to the Seven Figure Traffic Academy next month? That'll be sick if you do, man.
I have a serious question, you guys. Can I take a poll real quick? Which one, you guys? Raspberry or lemon? It's a serious question, you guys. Neither one of these have caffeine in them. Raspberry or lemon?
Lemon,
Oh no, it's
ras,
50-50.
rasp.
This is a serious question. You guys have made this difficult decision for me. Come on. Oh, 500, huh? Man.
You gonna let it ride?
You guys, 50-50. Can we have a deal breaker? Can we have a tiebreaker? Can someone tell me raspberry or lemon real quick? Come on. Okay. Karl.
I'll take the lemon one.
Oh, you want one? All right. That's easy. Raspberry.
Simple stuff, man. Simple stuff. See, analysis paralysis. He had too many decisions to make, and I had to make it. I kind of had to make it for him. Oh, it didn't show on raspberry. I don't know. Did we have a freeze up? We have a freeze up? Not really sure. So the topic was about competition, and it was a little controversial because I said money could be considered the scorecard, but I was saying that is changing your relationship with money as being money is good, and it's not money, it's the things that money gets you.
The emotions, the experiences.
The experiences, the emotions, the not being by yourself too. I mean, like I was saying, you could have all the money in the world, but if you had nobody to share it with, you're not really successful. So some people kind of took that wrong, but it was more or less just like training your mind. You're training your mindset with your relationship with money, because that's the most important thing. If you don't own the IP, e.g. consulting, any advice to get more sales. If you don't own the IP address, Internet Protocol address.
I think staring at you.
I don't know, man. Chris's 5S, that's the key. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those are the things that are hard to balance for sure, and definitely would say you could use those as a measurement for success. Intellectual property. All right, so you're asking a question that I would ask an attorney. I probably wouldn't ask one of us. I would say just put it out there, and then if someone comes at you with it, then change the name once you have all the customer base.
Which one did you want?
Lemon.
Lemon.
Cheers.
Cheers. You know what's hard about the 5Fs? It's going to sleep at 1 a.m. every morning and then waking up at 5
The
a.m.
miracle morning?
The miracle morning. Waking up every morning, man.
We can see Catch change tomorrow. So I guess Catch is now going to actually have the hearts and have this stuff in it, built into it.
Nice. But you're still going to need to figure out the landscape mode.
Yeah, landscape mode, that's definitely a problem. Got a good one for you. Let's hear it. Cheers.
Are you telling jokes?
I don't know, Kirk might be telling a joke.
Have
I don't
people
know.
taken over your scope?
That's okay. Take it over. As
Dude,
long as you give me some hearts, I'm
Should
cool.
I start a scope?
If you want.
Is it too late?
I don't know, it's too late for your audience. Can't tell you until... I guess if you can't tell me, man. Is that, like, can't spill the beans yet? Can't give me an insight until we get together? No need to record elsewhere to repurpose. Actually, you still need to repurpose it. Absolutely. Why would you just repurpose it on catch.me? Nobody knows about catch.me. I'd rather repurpose it somewhere else. I'd rather repurpose it on YouTube, Pinterest, anywhere I can have video. Okay? Hi, Chris. Not late, Phoenix. Not late in Phoenix. It was an hour difference maybe at this point. Got a few people joining us already, man. We've been on for a while. I'm not getting you. I think I got you.
I'll jump on. For
You just said I
minutes.
can't. You said I can't repurpose
Tell
because it's not going to be on catch.me. My mate just appeared. Right on. What's up, mate? Sheesh, I give up. I guess we'll just have to figure it out.
Tell people to jump on mine. I'll jump on for a couple
Everybody
minutes.
jump on Chris Records. He's going to be getting on here in a minute.
I never scope this late, so we'll see how people
Never
like it.
gets on. Brought the video vibe. Looking forward to using it too. Cool. Did you get on the webinar today? You bought video vibe? Okie dokie. Right on, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Chris is going to be starting here probably in the next 5 or 6 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes? 3 minutes? I don't know. It's kind of late here, but you can still get excited. You can still keep the energy flowing. Just make sure you go to sleep soon. Depending on where you are in the world, maybe you're just getting up. But definitely we'll talk to you guys all later. You have a good night.